Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to solve Excel chapter 10, that is cap assessment movies rental. Basically this is the 10th chapter of Excel section of my YATI Lab course. I will do this assignment step by step and you can get your assignment done by watching this video. If you want me to do this assignment for you, if you want me to do this complete course for you including Excel assignment, Access assignment, PowerPoint assignment and Word assignment, just contact me and I will do this course for you. You can hire me for your other courses as well, like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences, or writing assignments, mathematics, statistics, etc. So let's start this assignment. Title of the assignment is Exp19 Excel chapter 10 Cap Assessment Movies Rental. First step of the assignment is to download your file. This is the file name that you will get to do this assignment, and we will move to step number 2 because step number 1 is just about downloading the files. Step number 2 is saying that use get and transform power query to load the file Ch10 C2 movies.txt. That is the text file, and we are supposed to import this text file into our Excel sheet using the power query. Existing starting in cell A1. Be sure to load the information to the data models. So we are supposed to, we will click on the data and then get data, this one, and we are supposed to get the data from text file. So our text file is Ch10 C2 movies.txt, this one. So we will import this data. So we will load this, and now we are supposed to add this to the data model. That we can do that by going to the pivot table and click on add to data model. So this has been added to the data model. So we are done with step number 2. Now we will move to our next step, and our next step is step number 3. Step number 3 is rename the worksheet movies. So we are supposed to rename the worksheet as movies. So we are supposed to rename the worksheet movies. So enter. So I have renamed the worksheet. That was step number 3. Now I will move to next step, and next step is step number 4. Step number 4 is use get and transform power query to load the account table from XML file. This is the XML file name Ch10 C2 contacts.xml into a new worksheet. Be sure to add the information to the data model. So we are supposed to add this to our sheet. We will again click on the data. After clicking on the data, we will click on the get the data, and we are supposed to import the data from XML file. This is the XML file. So just click on it, and now we will select our XML file. This is the XML file Ch10 C2 contacts, and we will click on the import button. So we are supposed to just import the account table, this one. That is our requirement. Let me show you this one. To load the account table, this one. So we will click load. And now we will add this to data model. add this to data model, and you can see that first one was already added. Now account table is also added to the data model, and click this cross button. So now we are done with step number 4. Let me do step number 5 now. This assignment is simple. I am doing this step by step, but if you want me to do this assignment for you, you can contact me and I will do this assignment for you. I can do this complete course for you. So let's do step number 5 now. Step number 5 is again the renaming of the worksheet. So the table we have already imported, that is the account table, and we will change the name to the contacts, this one. So let's rename the worksheet, this one, and make it contacts. So we are done with this one. Now we will move to next step, and next step is step number 6. Step number 6 is use get and transform Power Query to load the rates table from the file, that is Excel file, to the new worksheet. So we are supposed to load the rate table, this one, rates table. We are importing this, and we are importing this from the file, that is the Excel file, and then we will add this data to the data model, this one. So let's do this tab now. So just click on data tab again and click get data here and select the Excel sheet, this one. Excel sheet is E10 C2 rates. Click on that, and we are supposed to import the rates table. So we will simply click on the rates table, we will select this one, and then we will click on the load, this one. So we have imported the rates table. Now we are supposed to add this to data model. That we can do that by clicking the pivot, power pivot tab, this one, and then we will add this to data model, this one. So you can see that we have already added the movies, then account table, the rates table. So all 3 tables have been added to data model. So now we will rename the sheet in which we have imported the rate table, and we will rename sheet to the rates, this one. That is step number 7. So that we can do, this is the simple task, just it is already rates, but we can again type rates here. So we are done with 7 steps. Now we will move to next step, and next step is step number 8 now. So we have solved 10 points, 5, 15, 25, 30, 40 and 45 points. We have already solved these 45 points, and now we are going to do next 10 points. That is step number 8 now. This one. So let's do this one. Use get and transform Power Query to load the store info table located in the database. This one, this is the database, this one. This one is the database, and we are supposed to load the store info table using this database into the worksheet, and then we will add this table to the data model. That is all about step number 8. Let's do this step now. Again, click on the data tab. After clicking on the data tab, we will select the get data from the data Microsoft Access database, this one, and we will select this one. That is the name of the table, this one. You can see that, this one. So load this, and we are supposed to load only store info table. So there are 2 tables, transaction and store info, and we are supposed to import the store info table, this one, and we will load this. After loading this, we are supposed to add this to data model. So for adding this to data model, we will simply click on the power pivot again, this one, and we will click and add to the data model, this one. So Now you can see that 4 tables have been added to data model. These 3 we added in last steps, and now in this step we added store info table to data model. So now we are supposed to do our next step, and our next step is step number 8 now. Step number 8 is again renaming of the worksheet, this one. So we are supposed to rename the worksheet as store info. So let's do this step now. So make it store, it is already store info, but we will type it again, store info, and we will click on enter. So let me give a go through of the steps we have done. We added this table, then this table, then this table, and then store info table, and we added all these 4 tables to the data model. Now we will move to next step, and next step is step number 10. So next step is step number 10. Step number 10 is saying that use get and transform power query to load the transaction table located in the database. So in step number 8, we imported the store info table from the database, and in step number 10 we are supposed to import the transaction table from the database, and then use the power query editor to change the format of the date column from date and time to date. So we will edit this table in the power query editor. After editing this table, we will load the edit table to a new worksheet, making sure to add the information to the load model, data models. So let's do this step. This is easy step. So for this step, we will go to again data tab, and we will select the transaction table from the Ch10 C2 transaction database. So this is the transaction table. You can see that. Now we are supposed to edit this. To do this, we will simply click on the query tab, this one query. This is the power query, and we will click on the edit button. This is the edit button. So now we are supposed to change the format of date columns from date and time to date. This one. So you can see that this is date, this is data type is date and time, and we are supposed to change this to date. See, now you can see that only date is there. Time has been removed from this one because this was the requirement. So now we will load the edited table to the new worksheet, making sure to add the information to data models. Just click on close and load, and you can see that now we will just click on the power pivot again, and we will add this to data models. So now you can see 5 tables have been added to the data models. So we are done with step number 10 now, and we will move to our next step, and our next step is step number 11. Step number 11 is again renaming of the worksheet for the table we just imported from the transaction database, and we will change the worksheet name to transaction, this one. So let's do this step now. So we will do this one now. Let's close this data model, and now we will change this to the transactions, this one. So I have shown you 11 steps for this assignment. That is almost 90% of the assignment. So we have solved these steps, and if you want me to do this complete assignment for you, just contact me and I will do this assignment for you. if you want me to do this complete course for you, I can do this complete course for you, including Excel assignment, Word assignment, PowerPoint assignment, as well as the assess assignments. So I have shown you step by step how you can do this assignment. Please like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and you can hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology as well. So now I am going to show you the final version for this assignment. When you will apply these 4 remaining steps, then you will get a final version like this. This will have a column chart as well on the total earning sheet. That will have a pivot table as well. This is the pivot table. This one, pivot table 1, that is the name of the table. So, and this is the column chart. So this will be the transaction worksheet, that is the store info worksheet, then rate sheet, contact sheet, and movie sheet. These are tables we have already imported from the text file, database file, and Excel files that we got along with the assignment files. So this is the sheet that I didn't show you, but I am showing you the final version for this. You can do this as well, but if you want me to do this assignment for you, I can do this assignment for you. Just contact me and I will produce best grade for you. I will produce A grade for you in this course. I can produce also a best grade in other courses as well. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel so that you can get more videos for the assignment help. I will be uploading more videos soon. So thank you so much. I will get back to you with another video. Thank you so much again.